Hey, what's up guys? My name is Switcher T-Scored, and today I'm bringing you guys a little bit of a different gameplay from what I normally post. This one here is actually a 30-0 flawless free-for-all MOAB playing on the map Interchange. And if you guys know me at all, I have over 1,000 gameplays now on my channel, and I rarely ever post free-for-all gameplays. I did a series way back in the day for MW3 where I did a free-for-all win with every gun, and I think I did it with maybe like 20 or 25 of the weapons, and I have all the rest of them saved up, like the other 10 guns or so. I just haven't posted those because after a while they just didn't really get very many views. But you know, I posted all those free-for-all gameplays, and then I think in general every so often, maybe like every few months, I post a free-for-all MOAB. I have a free-for-all MOAB with maybe like 5 or 6 different guns. I have like a few flawless ones, and I just feel like they're pretty cool overall. I'm not the best free-for-all player, and I barely ever play it, so I think it's pretty cool when I actually manage to get an FFA MOAB where I go like 30-0 or something. I know there were some times where, oftentimes, what I like to do in a free-for-all is I run Assault. I like to run like Attack Helicopter, Overwatch, and like Pavlo, because if you get one set of your streaks off your first life when you haven't died, you can easily go like 30-0, and it's pretty cool to get a 30-0 flawless free-for-all gameplay. So, you know, I like going for those. I thought this one here was pretty cool. I go 30-0, and like I said, I always love going flawless and free-for-all. When you're playing some other guys, like 8 or 9 other players in free-for-all, and they see that you went 30-0, you know, they know you're a good player, and they know they just got completely destroyed. So I always love doing that to the noobs, and I thought this was a pretty nice free-for-all MOAB in general. I know it's with the MP7, but I still thought it was a pretty awesome gameplay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this change of pace and FFA MOAB from me on my channel. I want to mention, first of all, that this MOAB is actually pretty slow. It was maybe like 7.5 or 8 minutes, which is pretty long for a free-for-all MOAB, I guess. I've seen several triple free-for-all MOABs now, which I still can't believe. I think those are insane. Even a double free-for-all MOAB is a pretty insane gameplay, but you know, this is like an 8-minute MOAB, and if I got an 8-minute MOAB in like Domination, that would definitely be like a really boring and slow gameplay. But in this game here, if you guys didn't know, playing on Interchange for free-for-all is like one of the slowest free-for-all maps in the game, unless you constantly rotate between 2 spawn points back and forth. But a lot of times that gets really hectic and crazy, and then the same enemies spawn there repeatedly, so they know exactly where you are, and they're going to come for you and like try and kill you. So what I try and do on Interchange when I play it for free-for-all, and even just for like Domination, is I typically patrol this specific spot on the map. I throw down my portable radar, and then I kind of just rotate between all of these like 4 lines of sight, and then you can just, you know, sit back, and the enemies have a hard time killing you, and I feel like it's just one of the best power positions on the map. So that's how I play, and that's why it was pretty slow, because there was times I would honestly run around for like maybe 20 seconds and I just wouldn't see an enemy. So that's why it was pretty slow at some points in the gameplay. I'm sorry it was like a pretty long MOAB overall, but hopefully you guys enjoy nonetheless. For today's video, guys, I have about 5 minutes left. I want to give you guys a recap on my whole entire March Madness bracket, and I'm going to tell you guys like how many picks I got right, how well I did overall, and everything like that. So overall, guys, there's 63 games for March Madness. There's 60, well, if you don't include like the first 4 games, I guess, because I don't really include those. So there's 63 real games technically, and out of the 63 games, I predicted 40, right? I think 40 out of 63. I thought that was pretty good, because sometimes if you miss a pick in the first round and it's one of the teams that you pick to go like really far, like win the championship, then you obviously just miss like 5 picks or 6 picks just right then from that one team losing. So I thought 40 out of 63 picks was pretty good overall. I thought that was actually pretty decent. The really sad thing about my bracket is that the team I picked to win the championship, Villanova, they actually got upset in the second round, so I had to cross off like 5 spots on my bracket. I immediately like had a bracket buster from the very beginning, so that definitely messed up my bracket. I thought Villanova was a really good team. I honestly thought they could win it all, but I definitely overlooked teams like Wisconsin and Duke, and I know Kentucky was the favorite. They were undefeated going into the tournament, and they ended up losing in the Final Four before. They were 38-0 before they finally lost, but I had a feeling they would lose, whether it was to, Wisconsin, which is who they did lose to. I knew they would lose to, like, Wisconsin or Duke or somebody. I just really wasn't that confident in Kentucky winning the whole thing, so that's why I actually did not pick them. And for the rest of my bracket, guys, for the round of 32, I got 26 of the 32 picks right. I thought that was really good. That's like almost 80%. I thought that was actually really good. And then for the Sweet 16, I got 7 of those right, so almost half. And there was kind of a lot of upsets. I felt like 7 out of 16 was pretty good for the Sweet 16. I got 5 out of the Elite 8 teams right, which I thought was really good. 5 out of 8 is always good. For the Final Four, guys, I only got 2 out of 4. I picked Wisconsin correctly, and then I picked Wisconsin and Kentucky. I think those were the Final Four that I picked correctly, so I thought that was pretty good. 2 out of the Final Four. You can't really complain with that. And then I got 0 of the 2 teams right for the championship game. It ended up being Wisconsin and Duke, which I was actually pretty surprised with. I knew all along the whole season Wisconsin was a really good team, but I really, really did not think Duke was any good. But they definitely proved me wrong. And if you guys did not know, Duke actually ended up winning the championship. It was Coach K's 5th championship in like the last 20 years. And people are calling him the best coach of all time now, considering he has more wins than any coach. He has 5 championships now. He has a lot of Olympic gold medals and stuff. And I can't believe Duke won the championship. 3 of their 5 starters were freshmen, which is pretty crazy to think. I'm like 18 years old now, and 3 of their 5 players are only a year older than I am. I just can't believe Duke knocked off Gonzaga, Wisconsin, and all these other good teams. I can't believe they won the whole thing. I just thought that was crazy, so I got 0 of the 2 championship teams right, and then obviously I missed the championship team being Duke, so I thought my bracket was pretty good overall. There was one region, guys, the East region. I got all 8 teams right in the East region on like the first few days. I got all 8 right, which was insane. I thought that was crazy. And then the craziest thing is that of those 8 teams, the 4 that I picked to go on and advance into the next round, all 4 of those lost. So I got all 8 right, and then I missed all 4. I thought that was hilarious. Some of the other sections I did pretty good overall, but I thought my March Madness bracket was pretty good this year. Congratulations to Duke for winning the championship. I was rooting for Wisconsin to win because I love Frank Kaminsky and some of the other players on that team. So congrats to Duke, though. They pulled out the championship. And for those of you guys who filled out a March Madness bracket, let me know in the comment section down below how you guys did in your bracket, who you picked to win the championship, and how you did overall and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this FFA MOAB. Peace out.